This was a mistake, one she couldn't afford to repeat. There's something about a royal gesture that captivates the world's imagination. It's not just about glittering tiaras or noble titles, it's about how a single subtle decision can ripple through headlines, leaving millions in awe. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, was presented with an opulent gift from a Saudi prince, the world leaned in, breath held, waiting to see her response. The gift wasn't just any lavish token, it was the Rose of Jeddah, a stunning pink diamond necklace. At its heart sat a flawless 20-carat gem, surrounded by intricate white gold filigree and accentuated by smaller diamonds. Its value? Over 2 million. Whispers among royal insiders painted a vivid scene. A velvet box unveiled beneath the chandeliers of a diplomatic reception, its contents gleaming, impossibly rare. But what happened next stunned everyone. Catherine's reaction wasn't simply polite, it was a masterclass in diplomacy. The Saudi prince nodded, visibly impressed, and the world? It watched in admiration. This moment wasn't just about turning down a gift. It was about something deeper, a quiet but powerful reflection of values. A nod to tradition, a bridge built between vastly different cultures. Instead of accepting the Rose of Jeddah, Catherine chose something simpler, yet far more meaningful, a hand-woven silk shawl, dyed with natural indigo, embroidered with traditional Saudi motifs. And then in a move that no one saw coming, she reciprocated. She sent the prince a custom set of sterling silver cufflinks, crafted in London and engraved with Celtic knots, symbolizing unity and eternity. These small gestures spoke volumes. They revealed that real diplomacy isn't measured in jewels, it's measured in understanding, respect, and connection. Let's go back to the beginning, to the glittering offer, the silent calculations, and the decision that echoed across continents. To understand Catherine's choice, we must first understand the gift. The Rose of Jeddah wasn't mere jewelry. It was a statement. Pink diamonds are among the rarest gems on Earth, and this one, sourced from Australia's famed Argyle mine, was flawless. Its soft blush hue captured the light like a desert sunset. Designed by a celebrated Parisian jeweler, the necklace echoed the architecture of Saudi Arabia: arches, stars, a labyrinth of design, every diamond placed with precision to reflect the kingdom's opulence. Sources close to the Saudi royal family confirmed this was a gift meant to honor Catherine's elegance and to symbolize the growing ties between Saudi Arabia and the United Kingdom. But in the kingdom's culture, extravagant gifts are more than tokens of beauty. They're symbols of hospitality, prestige, and status. Saudi royals have long offered luxury to foreign dignitaries, from Queen Elizabeth II's diamonds to Princess Diana's sapphire suite. For the prince, gifting the Rose of Jeddah was a diplomatic message, a gesture of deep respect, a bid to strengthen royal alliances. But the stakes were high. Accepting such a lavish gift could imply obligation, a silent promise, a subtle expectation of return in diplomatic goodwill. And for Catherine, a future queen consort and global icon, that implication carried serious weight. Royal protocol, revised in 2003 following past scandals, urges extreme caution with high-value gifts. Catherine's role required her to walk a tightrope. One misstep, especially one involving a 2 million taled necklace, could fuel controversy. And given Saudi Arabia's controversial human rights record, the decision demanded more than elegance. It demanded strategic empathy. When the necklace was presented, time seemed to slow. The grand reception hall, shimmering with golden chandeliers and hushed voices, held its breath. With a warm smile, the Saudi prince extended the velvet box. Inside, the necklace's pink diamonds sparkled, a symbol of wealth and influence powerful enough to dazzle anyone. But Catherine didn't waver. Dressed in an elegant emerald gown, she offered a response so subtle, so graceful, it turned what could have been an uncomfortable rejection into a moment of deep connection. She leaned in gently. Her voice was soft, her words carefully chosen. "This is truly exquisite," she said, her sincerity unmistakable. "The craftsmanship is remarkable, but what touches me most is the spirit of your country's traditions. I'd be honored to accept a gift that reflects that heritage." It wasn't just diplomacy, it was poetry, a redirection cloaked in reverence. The prince, experienced and perceptive, understood immediately. He nodded, gesturing to an aide who stepped forward with a second box. This time it held a hand-woven silk shawl from Alice. Its deep indigo threads shimmered, embroidered with delicate palm fronds and desert roses, symbols deeply rooted in Saudi culture. This wasn't a backup gift, it was a treasure. Catherine's face lit up. She ran her fingers gently over the fabric, visibly moved. "This is beautiful," she said softly, "and it means so much to carry a piece of your heritage." Later she wore the shawl at a private royal event, a quiet but meaningful tribute that didn't go unnoticed. This wasn't just diplomacy, it was emotional intelligence in action. Catherine didn't sidestep a diplomatic landmine, she transformed it into a moment of shared cultural reverence. Had she flat out refused the necklace, it could have been seen as disrespectful. Worse, it might have triggered tension at a time when the UK and Saudi Arabia were navigating sensitive trade and energy partnerships. But by praising the Rose of Jeddah, honoring its beauty, while choosing the shawl, she avoided offense and embraced meaning. Her decision was guided not just by royal protocol, but by instinct, emotional instinct, the kind that knows when to speak, when to listen, and when to lead with kindness. The world was watching, and Catherine knew it. Every glance, every word, every gesture would be dissected by media, magnified by social platforms, and immortalized in images. But what truly made this moment extraordinary wasn't the diamond or the diplomatic stakes. It was Catherine's authenticity, her empathy, the same quiet warmth she shows at children's hospitals, the same attentiveness she brings to world summits. Even the prince felt it. Insiders later revealed he spoke of her with admiration, calling her a true ambassador of grace. In that brief exchange, Catherine didn't just navigate a royal dilemma, she crafted a powerful moment of mutual respect, one that would be remembered far beyond palace walls. But she didn't stop there. Instead, she took the next step, turning a moment into a message, and the message came in a small sterling box. Analysts were stunned. What could have been a diplomatic tightrope turned into a masterclass in royal finesse. Catherine, Princess of Wales, had taken a moment fraught with pressure and transformed it into a celebration of shared value. The Saudi prince, by all accounts, was more than pleased, reportedly even wearing the cufflinks to a high-profile event, a quiet yet unmistakable symbol of mutual respect. This wasn't just about a gift, it was about diplomacy done right, a delicate bridge built with care, humility and intention, one that proved the smallest gestures can leave the deepest impact. So why did Catherine turn down the Rose of Jeddah, a $2 million pink diamond necklace that left even seasoned diplomats breathless? The answer is layered. It weaves together personal conviction, royal protocol, global awareness, and the ever-present lens of modern scrutiny. At its heart, her decision was about staying true to who she is, both as a royal and as a woman. Catherine has built her image on authenticity and relatability. Think high street fashion, school drop-offs, and candid moments advocating for mental health. Accepting a necklace that costs more than most homes, that could shatter the image she's carefully cultivated. It might make her appear out of touch, especially in an era marked by economic challenges and heightened public sensitivity. She knew the optics, she understood the moment, and royal protocol backed her. Guidelines established in 2003, following scandals like the 1980s Oman sports car incident, strongly advise caution when it comes to lavish gifts, especially those from powerful nations. Such offerings can be seen as strings attached, implying unspoken diplomatic obligation. Given the UK's complex ties with Saudi Arabia, from oil to defense, Catherine's choice helped the monarchy maintain its necessary neutrality. She preserved not just her own integrity, but the institutions too. Then there's the global context. Saudi Arabia's human rights record, spotlighted by events like the 2018 killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, casts a long shadow. Accepting the Rose of Jeddah would have almost certainly triggered backlash. Just look at the Countess of Wessex's 2012 Bahrain jewel controversy. Catherine, ever attuned to the pulse of public sentiment in social media, likely anticipated the storm that could follow, the posts, the editorials, the criticism. So she didn't just say no, she said it in the most graceful, meaningful way possible. Catherine's choice of the shawl reflected her deeper character. This is a woman who values meaning over materialism, symbolism over spectacle. Her parenting is hands-on, her charitable work is heartfelt, and her diplomacy, thoughtful, grounded, sincere. She didn't decline the necklace to make a statement of rejection, she did it to honor the moment, the culture, and her role as a global bridge between traditions. Her refusal wasn't cold, it was warm, it wasn't calculated, it was considerate, and the world noticed. From the bustling newsrooms of London to the vibrant cafes of Riyadh, her gesture sparked a wave of admiration. British tabloids ran headlines like "Catherine's classy snub" and "A lesson in royal grace." Broadsheets such as The Times dubbed her the Queen of Soft Power. In Saudi Arabia, the media praised her respect for their heritage. One outlet described her choice to accept the shawl as a nod to our artisan's legacy. The story transcended headlines. It struck a global chord. Social media lit up. On X, hashtags like Jean Royal Diplomacy, Catherine Class, and Shawl Over Diamonds trended for days. Fan-made graphics of the shawl's embroidery went viral. Speculation about the meaning of the cufflink's Celtic knot design filled comment threads. One viral post read, "Catherine didn't just say no to a diamond, she built a bridge between nations. That's royalty done right." A Saudi fashion blogger posted a detailed video about the shawl's craftsmanship, garnering thousands of likes and sharing cultural pride with a new global audience. But it wasn't just about the objects, it was what they represented: respect, reciprocity, and restraint. Experts weighed in. Diplomacy scholars hailed Catherine's move as a case study in cultural sensitivity. Dr. Aisha Al-Mansouri, a Riyadh-based political analyst, remarked, "By choosing the shawl, Catherine elevated Saudi Arabia's cultural identity while protecting her own values. It was a brilliant balance." Professor James Hartley, a royal historian from the UK, called the cufflinks a masterstroke, simple, symbolic, and utterly British. Comparisons were made to historical royals, like Queen Victoria's careful gift exchanges with Ottoman Sultan, but many pointed out how Catherine's approach was different, modern, mindful, and shaped by a world where every move is instantly broadcast online. Other royal controversies were also revisited, like Diana's acceptance of a sapphire suite from Crown Prince, but experts agreed, the world Catherine navigates is far more transparent. Today's royals are under constant surveillance, not just by cameras but by the judgment of millions online. Catherine understood this, and she used it to her advantage. By refusing the Rose of Jeddah and embracing the shawl, she rewrote the narrative. She didn't just sidestep a scandal, she created a moment of unity, and that moment rippled outward. In London, a schoolteacher shared how her students, inspired by Catherine's exchange, created handmade cards for a classroom in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi students responded by sending woven bookmarks in return. Micro-exchanges, cultural connections, sparked by a single royal decision. Catherine hadn't just avoided controversy, she had inspired diplomacy at the grassroots level. Her refusal of the Rose of Jeddah became a milestone in the evolution of modern royalty. By choosing a hand-woven shawl over a diamond necklace, and responding with sterling silver cufflinks engraved with Celtic knots, she didn't diminish the gesture, she elevated it. She redirected attention away from wealth and toward values, toward connection, toward meaning. This wasn't just about rejecting extravagance, it was about embracing a deeper vision of diplomacy, one rooted in authenticity. Catherine's story resonated because it showed us who she truly is, not just a princess, but a leader, a woman of principle, dignity, and emotional intelligence. One who understands that true power isn't about what you wear, it's about what you represent. Her actions strengthened UK-Saudi relations while preserving royal neutrality, and in doing so, she earned admiration from diplomats in Whitehall to artisans in Al-Asa. On X, tributes poured in. One user called her the Queen of Soft Power. Another posted a sketch of the shawl, captioned simply, "This is what grace looks like." Catherine's choice marked a turning point. It reflected a monarchy evolving, one that no longer relies on grandeur but on impact. A future where cufflinks mean more than carrots, and shawls speak louder than stones. She honored Saudi tradition, she celebrated British craftsmanship, and she set a new standard for what royal diplomacy can be. And beyond politics or protocol, she reminded us of something timeless. Grace isn't about being perfect, it's about making choices that reflect your values, even when the world is watching. So what about you? Did the shawl and cufflinks win your heart, or was it Catherine's sheer tact that left you in awe? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more incredible stories of royal elegance and quiet power.